Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me for another round of BuBBle Talk Live. Thank you. For those of you that don't know me, I am author Pamela Garrison, and also known as just Pamela G. But you have entered into BuBBle Talk Live, and I scheduled this one. The title on this one is You Can't Hide. You can't hide. So, I'm gonna take a deep breath. I gotta pull out my own products. Like I said, I do use my bubbles. And right now, I'm so in need. I am so in need. I gotta blow some bubbles. What's up, number one? Linda in the house. Oh my goodness. It's one of those days where, just got to take a bubble break. If you're new to me, for those of you that don't know, one of the things that I speak about is bubbles for life. I am, again, your Pamela Garrison. I'm a two-time international best-selling author, a speaker, personal development strategist, and I'm also the CEO of Bubbles for Life, LLC. And it's basically an area where I use my wheelhouse of wisdom in order to build bubbles for life. It is something to help you get back to your joy, to get back to your peace, to get back to your happiness. Yes, back to that center, that place where you can be blessed and just grow, right? So a bubble break, I'm going to start this off with a bubble break because I need one. And so I'm going to just tell you what that looked like. Because there's been some things, that's happening today. You know how life happens. Life happens to everybody. And I just need to take a moment before I get into this conversation to make sure that my mindset is shifted. And so if you have your bubbles and you're joining me and you have bubbles available to you, I want you to get those bubbles. Take a moment. And even if you don't, this will work. This is one of the tips that I put in my second book, Bubble Solutions. Even if you don't have the bubbles with you, it's a twofold thing. You can do it with the bubbles or without. I prefer to have bubbles in hand. So what you would do, I want you to take a couple of deep breaths and then slowly breathe out. Because as many of you know, you can't blow bubbles angry. And if you're in anger, if you're in stress, if you're in anxiety, if you're a little frustrated, all of those type of things, this is a place where you can just come, especially if you're joining me from Bubbles for Life Facebook group. If you're joining me from YouTube, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're on my Pamela Garrison page for author Pamela G, welcome. So we're going to take a moment and you're going to think about all of those things that's been bothering you and all of those things that's weighing you down and those things that got you a little uneasy right now. And I want you to get your bubbles. And if you don't have bubbles, I want you to just position yourself and take a deep breath. And if you have the bubbles, take that little ring out. And then take another deep breath. And then I want you to slowly breathe out. And as you see the bubbles come out of the ring and they're floating in the air, I want you to imagine that everything that was troubling you, everything that was hindering you, everything that was bothering you, I want you to imagine is floating all away from you in the form of a bubble. That's a bubble release. That's a bubble release. And get back into that place. Get back into a place. Oh, yes. Get back into a place. Yes. Get back into a place of relaxation. Of relaxation. Feel your calmness come back. Feel your muscles loosen up. Get back into that place of joy, a place of peace, a place of happiness, a place of relaxation. Place of relaxation. Yes. My music in the background is called Pamela Renee. Yes, it is named after yours truly. After yours truly, Pamela Renee. So let's get to the topic at hand. I want to, for those of you who are joining me, I'm using StreamYard to go live. That is my platform of choice. And if you would like me to see your comments or like me to see your name, just hit the link at top. It should say if you want to give StreamYard permission. And it's simply permission to show your face, show your comments, show your names. And I believe you only have to do it once so that if you ever join me again, you already be a part of that authority that has been given permission to do so. So if I don't comment, I just simply mean I hadn't seen your post, right? Or that it's just simply not in front of me. So that's what that means. So I'm going to go to my backup plan like I do. And we'll go to the backup plan, and then I will be able to see other comments and those type of things. So, which is awesome. So how's everybody doing? Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're checking in from, whether you're here live or if you're going to catch me on the replay. Just let me know that you are here right now in the midst of this BuBBle Talk live, because I'm going to ask you where you're hiding. You can't hide. You can't hide. That is the topic. How many of you have some dreams, have some aspirations, some things that you've always wanted to do? I had the pleasure of being on Clubhouse with a friend of mine. We did yesterday a session called Dream Blockers. In Dream Blockers, we were talking to people about their dreams. We were talking to people about what did your 10-year-old, your 5-year-old self wanted to do, and then you've grown up. And where are you now? Did you realize any of those dreams that you had when you were in your youth? Or are you still hiding behind situations and circumstances in life? How many of you have just thought of some things, and especially doing in the midst of this pandemic, how many of you have found your love for a hobby or an art or something like that, to help occupy your time? To really get into a passion or a desire that you've had for a lifetime. And so that's what this is about. How long are you going to hide? How long are you going to hide? See, myself, in my first book is entitled Identity Crisis, Rediscover You. And in my first book, I talk about how I put my dreams, my desires, my aspirations, I put it all on a back burner. I had a bad habit of putting everything and everybody before myself. And it was like, I'll get to it someday. Yeah, I'm going to do that one day. Yeah, well, my one day is here because I made a strong decision that I was going to move forward in the things that I like, in the things that I desire. And so now I'm living my dreams, and it's just starting to turn up. So it's not exactly where I want it to be, but I'm not where I used to be. So I am grateful for that. I am really grateful for that. And this weekend, happening on January 23rd to the 24th, and this is a event for women. that I am really excited to be a part of. We are doing No More Hidden Figures virtual retreat that is hosted by the one and only Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills. And we're going to have an amazing time because, nothing is done status quo when it comes to the No More Hidden Figures virtual retreat. It is a free event. I will definitely type in that information. Sorry I didn't have it up already, but you can definitely go to that link. Ladies, it's a free event. It is happening. It starts on, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you may pull away some nuggets if you're in business, if you're trying to start a business, if you just want to be in a fellowship of sisterhood. That is there for you. But I wanted to talk to people tonight about your dreams, the things you aspire to do. And I want to ask that question. Why are you hiding? Or how long will you hide? How long will you take the back seat to life? How long will you be a spectator, just watching for others to come in? Or just watching what others are doing while your dreams are still not being realized? How long? So let's see. So excuse me for that. My one screen is freezing. Technology. Gotta love it. Technology. So how long are you gonna wait and just keep watching life pass you by? I say often that you're only one decision away from change. And if you want to see something different, you're going to have to do something different. You're going to have to step out on faith and just, basically just get into it. Just step into it. Realize it's never too late. It's never too late. So if you're sitting down going, oh, so many years have passed and I'm this age and I don't know if I can still do that now because back in my day it was this. Well, now, trust me, there's probably a fix for it, or there is something that's close to the different things that you can do in order to realize your dreams. So, for instance, I joined a paint and sip party with my sister, Miss April Mahoney, and I was invited to a paint and sip party, and I had never picked up a paintbrush. The last time I picked up a paintbrush, let me put it this way, it was a paint by number. Had the little numbers and it was like paint this number, painted this color, that type of thing. But I had never done like give me a blank canvas and then walk me through the photo or the piece of art that I'm creating and just being in that space to let it flow. I had never done that before. I have done some things where I've drawn by hand or looked at a picture and drew some things. So I've always had that little talent in there, but we didn't develop it. I didn't do anything to develop it. But I was surprised at how relaxed I was when I picked up the paintbrush. I was surprised. Now, it could have had something to do with that glass of wine. It was a paint and sip, but I was really relaxed. And it put me in a place of peace and calm. And so, I was like, all right, I kind of like this. I like this. And I'm going to intentionally in 2021 put in my schedule just free time. Hi, Patience. Patience says, yes, painting relieves, painting releasing stress. Yeah. And I didn't know until I tried it. And, it just took me into that world of creativity because I didn't, I never gave myself the pleasure, the opportunity to just let's sit and do something else. And then I wasn't alone, it was a virtual paint and sip. And so I had other people on the line and we were showing each other, hey, look what I created. And it felt good because I'm a creator. So it felt good to create something different, to be in a different vein. And so it's like, but I remember a time in my life, in my younger years, where I would not have taken the time to enjoy that moment. I would have been too busy doing everything else and making sure everybody else was comfortable and what do you need next and always trying to, serve. But this time I took the time and I said, this is something that interests me. This is something that I always wanted to do. And now I'm going to take the time. I'm going to take the time and I'm going to enjoy this. So I canceled all the appointments. I blocked off that time on my calendar because this was my me time. And those of you that follow me, I'm very strong about talking about me time. So in my me time, I had free time to paint. And I was totally in the moment. I was totally involved in the whole experience. And so that makes a difference. I love social media, or let me say, I like social media. I do. But I'll tell you one of the things I dislike is that sometimes I see people so involved in posting, so involved in, let me just show you what's on my phone right now, till they're not enjoying the moment that they're trying to brag about. They're not taking the moment to just take it all in, enjoy it. I'm not saying don't take a few pictures. I'm not saying don't make a post. Now, if you live but you still enjoying the event, I'm just saying don't be live the whole event because you're at the event. You're in the event, at the event, but you're not enjoying it because, well, that's my take. That's my humble opinion, that you would enjoy more if you pick a time. Let me take the photos. Let me do the check-ins. Let me put my post on there. And I will be like, okay, I got to go now. Bye. Because this party is about to get live. And you got to be here to enjoy it. So if you're not in the room, here's your highlights. I'm going to give you your highlights. But I got to go because I want to get the fullness. I want the fullness. But it troubles me that there are so many people who are not pursuing their dreams. And some of you may think that it's just too late, and that's simply a lie that you have bought. So release the lie and receive the truth. Release that lie and receive the truth. It's never too late. If you are willing, you are able, you can definitely make a difference in your own life. If it's, some of you may be going, well, I didn't go to school for that. Well, you may have a lifetime of experience right now where you can help educate the next person or another person, in which case, you don't need a degree for that. Life has taught you. So you can use your life experiences to teach somebody else. So yeah. So think about those things. Think about those things. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to accomplish. And if it's not the very thing, find something similar. Someone always needs encouragement. So encourage, use your area of expertise and encourage people. But you have to take the steps to come out of hiding and embrace the world with your gifts. You have gifts, talents, abilities that you haven't even begun to use and share so that you can impact the lives of others. The gifts that you're holding on to, those gifts were never meant for you to put them in your pocket, for you to bury them down, to just disguise or water down your dreams. That gift was made for you to build it up so that you can share with the people around you, share with the people you encounter, share. So there may be a message that's on the inside of you that someone is waiting on. We as authors, especially all my friends, I got, Coach Patience is on the line. We as authors, we're always telling people someone needs to hear your story. Your story is not for you. That story is somebody else's answer. And you're holding somebody's answer. You're holding somebody's key. Somebody has a piece of the puzzle that's missing, and you're holding that piece that will complete their journey, that will complete their life. So you have to step out and do something different, something that you enjoy, because it's not going to be really, it's normally not something new. It's something that you've suppressed, something that you thought that, okay, life has happened to me. You may be married, you now have kids, or you may be married, kids, divorced, like myself, and still. But I'm a living witness. I'm definitely a witness because I'm twice married, twice divorced. Yes, definitely a mother and now grandmother in that phase. Yes, I am. But I am living my best life in building on it. I am evolving. I am a woman evolving because each time I make a step and I make the next step and I make the next step and I'm just building layers, right? It's just building. The platform is increasing. And even though, most things does not happen overnight, but it is the consistent behavior, the consistent, constant behavior of doing the things you love over and over again. Consistent, constant behavior develops the habit that develops the area of expertise that puts you in a place. Because the more you do it and the more you get visible doing it, you don't even realize who may be watching. And I'm going to hit you with this one because just like you sat in the wings and you watched, there's going to be somebody sitting behind the scenes trying to hide, peeping on the other side of the curtain, trying to see what you're doing. Those things that you did to try to stay on a low key. Trust me when I tell you, there's somebody or a multitude of people that's watching you. You never know who have their eyes on you and who's watching. You never know whose life you're affecting. You never know. Just like I do this BuBBle Talk Live. I like to do BuBBle Talk Live because it's I can freely flow. I do not have a set agenda other than to come on and talk to you. I may have, a topic. Sometimes, it's going to be BuBBle Talk Live. Sometimes I will name it with the topic at the moment because that's what's on my heart. Like tonight is You Can't Hide. And so even though you may think you're hiding these gifts from the world, somebody see you. Somebody knows these talents that you have. But it's up to you to make the decision if you're going to share that part of your expertise with others who are so patiently waiting, and some that are not patiently waiting. Some are in dire need of what you're offering. Some are patiently waiting, but some are in dire need because you have the answer. You have the solution. You have something that they never thought about. And not to say that it's a new invention. It's just that sometimes a person can hear something, but they don't really get it until they can identify with the person that's saying it. You can be saying the same words that someone said probably 20 minutes before you, but because that person, for whatever reason, they didn't connect with the person speaking, they didn't get it. But when you shared your story and when you told about your journey And the message is really the same, but it was different because it was different characters in the message. Then suddenly it clicked for that individual, and they got it. And they got it. And they got it. So you don't know who's listening. You don't know who's waiting in the wings for you. So I am happy to be a part of No More Hidden Figures virtual retreat. I will be speaking on that platform. Again, this is for ladies. It is a free event. And I said, oh, I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put the message up. And you know what? I realized I stopped typing. I realized. Let's see. Let me see if I got it right. And let me enter that in, and then I can put that on the screen. I'm not a hiddenfigure.com. There we go. www.imnotahiddenfigure.com. There you go. So if you're interested in that retreat this weekend and you want to come out and just have a good time and just support, you're gonna laugh, you might cry, you're gonna do a little dancing. It's always music, always different type of things, and it's just a fun time, fun event that you can also, you're gonna pick up some nuggets and learn, especially if you are a woman in business. Especially if you're a woman in business and you're looking for a network of women that are building and building as they grow as well. This would be the perfect environment for you. Like I said, I am happy to be a part of that opportunity. Coming next week, it's another opportunity that's already up. I'll be making some posts because I will be working with new writers, people who are just starting to get their books out, and I will be giving tips on some of the things you do when writer block comes up. And I also have a free workshop that's coming up on February 3rd. So you can mark your calendars. Matter of fact, I guess I should put that in here as well. So it's a free workshop, and it is going to be all about your focus. And that will most likely be my topic of next week. We'll talk a little more because I'll stay on that a little longer as we talk about, focus. And what do you do when you have broken focus? How can you overcome broken focus? We're in the beginning of 2021, and there's a lot of things happening already. We are already half past January, right? We got big things happening tomorrow. We got inauguration happening tomorrow. Good evening, Facebook user. I don't know who you are. It just says, hi, Miss Pamela. Is that you, Shauna? I see Shauna popped up, but I don't see your name on that comment. So, hello, Facebook user. I'm so glad you're here. You're hiding from me, and that's my time. Why are you hiding? What? Why are you hiding? So no. If you are on Facebook and you would like me to see, oh, that is Shauna. Okay. Hi, Shauna. Miss you. We got a chat, girl. So Miss Shauna from Sonora in the house. So glad you here. Don't know how to make it a show. What are we talking about? Don't know how to make what a show. Tell me what you're speaking about. Go to the link. There should be a link at the top. It finally, click for me where it says destinations. There's something about StreamYard. She's, click on that link where it says at the top that click on the comment to show, so you can see it on the screen. It should have something on there, but if that's not there, that means I didn't put it there. So, but yeah, you would have to give StreamYard permission, and you do that. I normally have a link at the top. of the screen that you would click on, and it just gives that permission. But if it's not there, I apologize. That mean I just didn't do it. So, but if it's there, click on it. It's just a simple, you give permission, and then I should be able to see your name. I should be able to see your photo, whatever photo you're using on Facebook. And so it will change from Facebook user. So, which is okay. So sometimes, I'm on my phone as well, because that will allow me to see. That's what I normally do to sidestep. But I also have YouTube in the house. So if, I may have YouTube users as well. And so, Shana, what I was talking about is how we sometimes hide, and we have gifts, talents, and abilities, and we still shy, or we still sitting on the back burner. We're not trying to come to the forefront in order to be seen, in order to express our gifts, our talents, and abilities. And how, by doing so, we're robbing people of the best part of us, because there's somebody who is watching you just like you're watching others. And so I'm often surprised at, people who may tell me later, oh, I've been watching you. But just like now, the names don't always show up. They don't always comment. I don't know. So you never know who's on the other side and who's peeping all behind the curtains and all this different type of stuff. You never know. But I encourage you to think about something that you've always desired to do. Have you implemented it yet? Is it still holding you back? Is it something that you truly wanted to accomplish before you leave this planet? Not saying you haven't accomplished anything. I'm just wondering if there's still something that sits in your heart that that you would like to do, desire to do, but you have not yet expressed that. You may even be in a relationship, and your significant other don't even know that you had this desire. Don't even know that this is something you used to do, because it's so deeply rooted inside of you where you no longer talk about it. Every now and then you may fantasize about it. But now might be a great time to let it come up and come out. Let it come up and come out, and start taking those steps towards being a happier, better you. So that's my tips for the day on that. And of course, I was supposed to be getting that link, another link. And of course, we started off just doing a simple BuBBle release, because like I said, I was feeling some type of way, and I was like, okay, I tell you guys all the time, I actually use this product. I blow bubbles. Yes, I do. It helps me. So this link, bubblesforlife.com/focus with the dashes in it. And so here's the thing about this. This is a free workshop that I will be hosting. You will go to this link to register. If you have not been able to really concentrate on some things, I'm going to be giving out tips on how to regain your focus. If you are writing and you're trying to get back on track, if you have a project that you're working on, if you have an assignment, if it's whatever it is, and if your focus is broken focus, join me on February 3rd. And this workshop, when you register, you're going to see is at 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock p.m. I'm getting some kind of error message. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what that is. But it's at 2 o'clock p.m. on February 3rd. And that's Pacific Standard Time, because I'm on the West Coast. So Pacific Standard Time. And we're going to go over focus. And I'm going to give out some key steps on how to overcome broken focus. And the word focus, and what I saw was focus, meaning faith of champions ultimately succeeds. Faith of champions ultimately succeeds. Because most of the time we focus on the fear. In fear, as we know, most described as false evidence appearing rear. False evidence appearing rear. Okay, that it don't sound right now to me when I say it, but we think about that, and then there's focus. So I want to talk about how do you get from fear to focus with the faith to finish. How do you get from fear to focus and gain the faith to finish? How do you get from fear to focus and gain the faith to finish? And we're going to talk about that a little more next week on BuBBle Talk Live, that faith to finish, fear to focus, faith to finish. And we're going to talk about that. And then if you want more information, you can join me for this free workshop. It will be a replay. So if that date and time does not work for you, if you're not able to be there live, and I will be putting out information, I will link it into the groups, into the Bubbles for Life live, this free workshop. And then I'm also going to link it to Pamela Garrison, my author page. And then, of course, this will replay on my personal page. I will put the YouTube video up once it's released later on tonight. Right. And so those are the things that I wanted to share. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me. I hope that this added value to your life in this moment. You know, if it adds value, just let me know. Type a V, type value, type yes, so that I can know that what I'm doing is lending value to someone's life, so that I can continue to flow in that vein and continue to build up on it, to bring the content, to bring the information. Because again, I use my wheelhouse of wisdom to build bubbles for life. And I need to know which bubble are we going into tonight, right? That's all. So that's all I have for you tonight. I want you guys to stay safe. Please continue to do your social distancing, wear your mask. Just use your wisdom. Use your wisdom to stay safe. You know what type of situation you may be in, or what type of area you may be in if you're not home, those type of things. So just walk in wisdom. Just use your wisdom and do what's best for you and those around you. So I'm going to end by saying, be blessed, don't stress, and blow bubbles. Blow bubbles. Look my bubble, y'all. Look, it don't even want to leave me. Hey. See? Bubble break. There it goes. And right on cue, because I said bubble break, and it said, okay, let me do that. And that's what happened. So have a wonderful night. Until next time, I'll be back next Tuesday for sure. And we're going to talk a little more about focus. Okay? So bye. And there it goes, where it's still just sitting there because it don't want me to leave you guys. How about that? So, all right. There it is.